And breaking news still developing at this late hour. First tonight, guilty of murder, wanton endangerment, driving under the influence. A jury shortly after 8 o'clock tonight found former MSD truck driver Roger Burdette guilty of killing LMPD Detective Deidre Mengedoht. Then they've stayed late to continue on with the recommended prison sentence. WHAS 11's Heather Fontaine has covered every step of this trial. She's joining us live from the Judicial Center, where Mengedoht's sister also spoke tonight. Heather, do we know the sentence yet tonight?
No, Doug. After an hour and a half, the jury is still deliberating how many years in prison they believe Roger Burdette should serve.
Instruction number 1, verdict form number 1, murder. We, the jury, find Mr. Burdette guilty of murder, signed by the foreperson and dated today's date. Is that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to ask you to leave, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave, please. Thank you.
A piercing wail from inside the courtroom seconds after the verdict was said aloud.
Sheriff, would you do me a favor and close that door?
Roger Burdette found guilty on all counts, including the murder of LMPD Detective Deidre Mengedoht on Christmas Eve 2018. Evidence showed the 63-year-old had taken prescription pills and was watching porn when his MSD tanker truck slammed into the back of her police cruiser on I-64 near the Belvedere, setting the car on fire and killing her.
Is that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jurors immediately went into the sentencing phase, hearing testimony from Mengedoht's older sister, who talked fondly of the 32-year-old's mother.
She was just one of those really good people. That's why this was so hard. We don't have a family anymore. It destroyed us.
Then listen to pleas for mercy from Burdette's daughters and his ex-wife.
I would like you to mostly consider the fact that my family's being torn apart.
He lost his mother and his little brother to COVID last year. And then my mom passed away when he was in jail as well.
The jury deliberated just a little over 3 hours before coming to a guilty verdict.
Her family has to live with the thought that she's gone because he was watching porn while driving a tanker truck.
This trial has lasted for 5 days. Jurors have heard from more than 24 witnesses. As soon as that recommended sentence comes in, we will let you know. Live in Louisville, Heather Fontaine, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Heather, thank you. And again, as Heather said, we'll be joining her again through this newscast if that sentence is determined in the next 30 minutes on the night team. The Louisville Metro Police Department responding tonight, thanking investigators in the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office for their work. In a statement, they say Detective Mengedoht's loss is something forever etched in the department's history, and quote, may this help bring a sense of closure and peace to an incredibly difficult loss for LMPD, the family and friends of Deidre Mengedoht, and the community. As we reported here last February, Deidre Mengedoht's son, her only survivor and heir, is receiving a $14 million settlement in this case. He was 9 years old at the time of the 2018 crash. MSD said the money was being paid by insurance, but went on to say last February, quote, the family of Officer Mengedoht, the community, and MSD continue to mourn the loss of Officer Mengedoht. We continue to offer our condolences.